ladies and gentlemen. Next, we will have our fourth keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Sabur Khan, the chairman of Daffodil International University, DIU from Bangladesh. Welcome, Prof. Dr. Sabur Khan is one of the recognized names in the education and tech industry of Bangladesh and beyond. Dr. Khan gave a humble beginning into the ICT business and education world and created the largest ICT and education empire of the country. As a serial entrepreneur, Dr. Sabur Khan, chairman of Daffodil International University and Daffodil Education Network, started his business career in 1990 by an IT startup naming Daffodil Computers Limited, the first and one of the leading public listed IT companies in Bangladesh. Later on, he started computer assembling, representing key reputed brands like HP, Compaq, Microsoft, Intel, and etc. Introduced first local brand PC, Daffodil PC, in 1998, established chain Super Shop in 1996, started software development in 1998, and diversified a lot of areas gradually and entered the education sector in 1997. Today, Daffodil family has 40 sister concerns serving in the IT, education, healthcare, and investment sectors of the country. Okay, Prof. There's a lot more actually, but I'm afraid that it will take a lot of your time. So I think that will be all for now. So I would like to invite the Honorable Professor Dr. Sabur Khan to deliver his speech entitled Education in the New Normal, Redefining Teaching and also Learning. Please welcome, Prof.
Thank you very much, and thank you, UniMAP, for organizing the Asian Faculty Workshop 2021. And definitely, I also need to thanks from the AUPF Standing Committee that you are one of the proud hosts of the Asian Summer Program. So I hope that this both program is considering the COVID-19, you already took the responsibility to organize in virtually. So that spirit is really encouraging for all of us. So keeping respect, I'm just going to start my presentation. So again, thank you very much for all of the organizers for your wonderful and active participation. So as a moderator is already mentioned that due to cause of this COVID-19, we know the education in the new normal because we need to redefining our teaching and learning style. There is no other way because considering the situation every day, we are expecting the situation will be good. But everyone we know that we do not know when there should be the real sunlight. So global COVID-19 pandemic is really huge impact and disrupting effects in our normal life. And we know that every day the number of death and number of effective COVID-19 is increasing. And again, we do not know what variant is coming next. Only God knows what exactly the real scenario we need to face. So the COVID-19 has resulted, the more than 1.4 billion children are out of the classroom. At the same time, everyone we know, the kids who born in 4 years back, I'm sure that that these kids need to go to the school earlier, but due to the COVID-19 is almost 2 years, we are in the closed scenario, we are in the lockdown, or we cannot open the school by education system. So how many students are now depriving for their education, first time education? This is really painful for the education sector and at the same time for all of the parents also. So education institutes are focused now and forced to use the online media. There is no way. And that one of the statistics that few days back that China, that the China is affected earlier because they affected October in 2019. So they got more time. And I'm sure that, that they took a lot of the precaution. That is why the 180 million students are now operating through the television of the China. So this COVID-19 crisis exposed really educations in the digital divide. According to United Nations, the 3 billion people have no internet connection. And you know, the lot of cases, lot of the country, a lot of the people, those who are staying in the remote area, they may have the internet, but to run to the academic activities, there is no sufficient bandwidth. So traditional pedagogies and practices need to be changed and need to be adapted with the digital adaptable system. Because this is the time for the faculty. I must say, and I must get the attention to all of the faculty. This is your time, because if the faculty is not lead this scenario, lead this technology, lead this student, I am sure the student will be depriving and the education system will not get the proper shape as we are expecting, because all of you are aware that how many investment and how many pain already every university are already taking due to this pandemic. So this completely depend on the faculty. So COVID-19 has made us rethink about our sustainability, because sustainability in earlier case, there was in job market, you know, the education regulation 4, industry regulation 4. Now the COVID-19 is another key component, and which is already giving us the lot of indication that how we need to fight, how we need to cope up with the digital system, embrace the technology, because without technology, we cannot think nowadays. Today, we are sitting in a lot of places, but you see that we are connected each other and we are communicated each other also through the technology. So what happens in online in 60 seconds in 2021? One of the data I'm just giving here, every minute of the day, what's going on. So based on the data, I'm sure that the faculty and the education leader need to rethink what reality is going on. You know that 26,000 apps downloaded in every minute, 210 million email are sent in every minute, 694 million. You know, the songs are already streamed in US only. So, you know, that a lot of the, you know, there's a lot of the change is going on, 21 million, you know, the snaps is created through this, you know, the social networking, other platform, 694 videos views on only TikTok. And why we are giving an example of the TikTok, because TikTok was coming popular last 3 to 4 years. Earlier, I'm sure that a lot of the people do not know about the TikTok. So only very young platform, social platform is getting such a popular, the 694,000 videos viewed on the TikTok in every minute. That is an indication that how the technology, the education system, mindset of the young people are changing. So considering these sorts of facts, if we are not carefully design our course curriculum, carefully not giving the lecture of our student, it will be really tough to learn from the system. At the same time, you know, if we go to the riding system, you know that the Grab, Uber, a lot of you already aware about it. So 5,000, that is 12.5 thousand ride shares in every minute is happening in the world. So these sorts of lot of statistics, because, you know, due to cause of data, due to cause of artificial intelligence, due to cause of this Google, I'm sure that the teachers, the faculty now need to study, need to analyze the data, because without data, it will be impossible for developing our education system again in respect of the sustainability model. Of course, we need the resilient education system, because we know that this resilient education system can be adapted and transform itself in the face of the adversity. Because as I mentioned, because a lot of the cycle is going on, so we need to adapt one by one. We need to talk with all of the stakeholder. It is the time to talk with the student also face to one-to-one and getting their idea, because the student mentality and teacher's mentality need to be come to the close interaction, because you know that the student is now, they are the, you know, they are the jet generation. So the jet generation, young generation, their mindset need to be understood by the faculty. So what will happen, because if the faculty is think in the old model, I think the scenario will be adverse situation as we understood, because today whatever mobile technology is running, tomorrow morning it is going to be obsolete. At the same time, you know that after 2 to 3 days, you got a one notification in your mobile, the software need to be updated. So if you are not updated your software in your smartphone, you will not getting the facility of the lot of the new innovation. So that is the same system we need to transform. We need to adapt through the interaction with the student. Again, it is a very common question or common formula, the improving the quality and accessibility of the education. Earlier, we were very habituated about the outcome-based education. Earlier, we were very much habituated about this, what called this online module, but you know, there's an online classroom system. But now is it the only online classroom system or the more will not be satisfied to our student. We need a lot of this accessibility, a lot of the technological development is going on between this time. Even a lot of cases, the faculty may not know about the new technology, what is coming in the day before yesterday, or maybe today morning. So these sorts of lot of facility we need to adapt now. Without technology, without quality, it will be very tough for nowadays. So investments in technological infrastructure and innovation. University also invested a lot of money for developing their IT infrastructure. Because as I mentioned repeatedly, technology is playing one of the key role nowadays. So infrastructure innovation should be playing a very key role by the leader and of course the university management. And you know, this ensure the physical education for sustainability. Earlier it was physical, now it is coming digital. So both combination, it should be the physical. So physical education will be the in future, and we need to update the curriculum, as I already mentioned, the outcome-based education. So at the same time, we need to think about the industry demand also, and ensuring support to the students, young people and families. Because earlier, I think we are not careful about their family matter also, because due to the COVID, I'm sure that from our university, we also take care about the familial matter, because a lot of the family, they lose their job. They become also frustrated due to the lot of these components. So that is also need to ensure and giving the support from the university, and the faculty will get the right information and pass it to the university and ensure teachers training. Because before, I think pandemic, it was not mandatory that every quality teacher or the meritorious teachers or the student, those who come as a teacher, need the training. But now without training to send to them class, it will be really very big problem, because they need to know the technology. They need to know the new system, technological system, so that before going to the class, they should know all of the techniques. And research should be focused on real world impact. Earlier, you know, our research was focused on the Scopus based or the article publication based. But I am sure that the university authority and faculty need to think that the research should be in the real world impact, so that this research can be effectively utilized, commercial aspect, and definitely the outcome based. And understand scenario with data and analysis, as I already mentioned. Without data, I'm sure that no one should work, no one should understand the real scenario, the future scenario. Of course, the smart funding and digitalization. Because as repeatedly I am also mentioned, that digitalization does not mean that I buy the computer or I buy the smartphone or I buy the camera or I'm set up in a new classroom. No, it has a lot of the other component where the software, where the utilize of the software properly, understand by the student, you know, the virtual platform, a lot of the factor is coming. I hope that all of the faculty, maybe you already aware that Albert Einstein is already giving these sorts of one indication a lot of years ago, but now it is the reality. We need to consider this thing, because if we consider all of our students in the same manner, for a fair of selection, everybody has to take the same exam, and then we should tell them that to climb up the tree. That should not be fair enough. So I should say that this is the time that a lot of the tools, the assessment tools, skill-based tools is already available in the internet. We should assess our student, what category or what criteria they should belongs to. So based on the criteria, I'm sure that we should help them in the lot of these educational tools. University need to strive to the nucleus for all research collaboration in academia and industry. because as I earlier mentioned, because the research should be focused on the real scenario. At the same time, the collaboration with the industry should be the one of the key component. So I'm just giving some few ideas that how our university we are playing. We are giving free laptop. Luckily, from 2010 until today, 40,000 laptop we distributed. So this COVID-19, it was really a powerful tools and powerful impact we are getting from our student. In this COVID-19 prior, when April 8, last year, April 8, we introduced the Teaching Apprenticeship Fellowship. So our supports early career university teachers in their efforts to develop teaching expertise, as I already mentioned. So we successfully already implemented this Teaching Apprenticeship Fellowship. I hope that AUPF or UniMAP or any of the partner universities that wishes to get support from us, we love to help them with all of our resources. We also develop, because earlier we have another system, but this pandemic, we also forced to develop another smart education system. So we develop based on artificial intelligence and other latest technology. More than 50 modules you already developed and creating impact with a better education platform, because a lot of the component, everything we are bringing in the one platform. We developed one virtual platform, and this virtual platform, that nowadays we cannot give the advertisement or student cannot come physically a lot of cases. So this virtual platform, we help student to talk, to come, to visit with the counselor and getting all of the information database. And these sorts of some of the events we already organized just every semester. And student can apply, I'm sure that they can chat, and we also involve some robot. And you see that all of the information we are bringing in the digital steps due to our sustainability. So Smart Edu, we also developed one Go Edu, an online platform common to everyone. So Blending Learning Center, we also established successfully, and more than 4,000 courses or teaching materials is available in our Blending Learning Center. Due to this pandemic, I am sure that the UniMAP and all other universities also following the same. We organized some virtual event, and in the past, people came to the information which was stored at the university. But of course, in the future, the information will come to the people wherever they are. And what then is the role of the university? I hope that, as I already mentioned, we are sitting in the different places, but we are connected each other. So thank you very much. I hope that our faculty will adapt the new technology in respect of COVID-19 and in respect of the future and in respect of the education system. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prof. Okay, so there are a lot of words or terms discussed just now which attract, I believe, the members of the floor's attention also. The one that caught my attention is the word phygital just now. Okay, so it is, I believe it is the combination of physical and also digital, right, Prof?
Correct.
All right, so, and do we have any questions from members of the floor? Please.
Prof. Sabur, Prof. Saleh.
Yeah, Professor Saleh, please.
Assalamualaikum and good morning. Today is Saturday, so I'm wearing t-shirt. Compared to you, you are wearing a full attire as a speaker. As a chairman of Daffodil International University, because of this pandemic and also the economic downturn, so as an institution, we are surviving our institution based on the enrollment of the student. If you get more students or you can train more students, you will be fulfilling the requirement of the stakeholders. So as a private university at Bangladesh, in Dhaka, for example, so when we're talking about sustainability, so how DIU are sustainable in giving this education to the people, at the same time, you have a substantial enrollment of students to maintain your institution. Thank you.
So thank you, Professor Saleh. This is true that due to cause of this scenario, we already implemented a lot of the new idea. As I mentioned, when we are facing to getting the student, we already introduced the virtual platform, giving the real life and real feelings of the student. At the same time, you know that due to cause of this COVID-19 lockdown, bank is closed, bank is operating very, the limited time. So we also implemented one card system. This one card, if the student has this one card, I think they can access to any bank, any financial institute, and they can send the money. And you'll be surprised that when the Friday is going on or the university is closed, doesn't matter. The students are very easily, they can click from their apps and they can send their money. It doesn't matter that which bank their money have. So this platform also we developed between this pandemic time. So what happened at the same time, the student, a lot of cases, they may not like the teacher's lecture. Easily we developed one mentoring monitoring system. And so this mentoring monitoring system, teachers and student, whatever interaction they're doing, our another team is already observing how we need to help to our student. And you'll be happy to know that we also developed one very strong psychiatrist team. The psychological expert teacher also we already recruited in our university. So that what happened, this teacher is continuously, they are conducting a lot of the webinar in online, and they interact with the parents. And you will be happy to know that a lot of classes, the parents is also participated, because the parents is also realized that my son or my daughter is already become frustrated due to cause of this pandemic. So they also feel confident to seeing our lot of activities. At the same time, we appointed some new doctor, which doctor is giving them some immune system development and food dietary and other direction. Continuously, we are trying to help them, because we realize we need to survive in this pandemic. So we are really lucky in this pandemic, our students, almost more than 95%, they were active. And even that 5 to 6%, those who also face the financially problem, we try to help them in financially. We try to help them, giving them the 100% waiver. A lot of cases we are trying to address each and everything. We also developed one system, it's called the dropout solution, based on the AI. So considering all of the 50 modules data, when the student is not come to the class, our system is automatically send information that this student has some problem. He is not attentive to the class. He is not participating in the assignment. He is not interact with the student. So instantly from our register office and our Department of Student Affairs, they instantly talk with the parents that what happened, what's going on. So through this dropout system, we also successfully overcome the scenario. So this sorts of, I think COVID, I'm sure that God never created anything without God's any intention. So it's my understanding, the God is already giving the intention, hey, faculty, hey, university, it is the time to think out of the box or unlearn a lot of things. You need to unlearn a lot of things. If you don't unlearn, then you cannot learn from this COVID-19.
So there must be, that's maybe a good reason why God sent us the COVID-19. Thank you, bro.
You know, the God is already giving the, the mathematical equation, that variant. So what variant is waiting? Until we are changed, maybe God is also laughing that, okay, looks.
So let the others maybe need to interact with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, UniMAP.
Okay, so thank you, Prof. Saleh. Just now, I believe I saw Dr. Nurshah raise his hand just now. Okay, Dr. Nurshah.
Hello, hi, Prof.
Hello.
Thank you for the very exciting presentation. I just wondering, I just want to ask you one question. So now in the time of pandemic, so everything is online. So we are teaching online, and then we disseminating our knowledge to the student online and so on. I think it's gonna be a success in order to make the student understand the curriculum. However, when we think about the development of the student itself from the aspect of spiritually, emotionally, and so on, so it's kind of hard for an educator to make sure that the student, they develop themselves in a good way when they are in outside of the campus. Can you give us your insight on what should we do in order to enhance the student development from the aspect of, like humanities and so on, which actually cannot be assessed through like the examination or coursework and so on? Do you have any opinion on this?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Very good question. Mr. Nusha, because in our university, we are trying to involve to the student through the virtually, they develop their project, they develop their some of the activities. So they, because you know this as COVID-19, there is no other way. You already mentioned that you cannot bring them to the physically. So in virtually, you can make them busy. You can try to understand their efficiency. You can try to understand their innovation and creativity. So what happened, our teacher is a lot of cases, they already throw some project. So please develop your all activities through a video documentary and send it to us, and we can assess that what performance we need it. So by this way, we can bring a lot of the best practices. You know, the always student are too much curious when they see that their friend or their peers is already doing the very good job. So they always motivated from their friend. So we are trying to bring all of the best practices between this time. Even that, you will be happy to know a lot of the students, they organize a webinar on behalf of their student. So motivate to the other student, hey, my friend, I am Mr. XYZ. See how I changed my life in this COVID-19. And you see, we share also all of the best practices, those who also got opportunity to work in the virtual work, and they contributed to earning money through this technological development. So these sorts of matter, we find that unbelievable impact is coming to the student. And at the same time, as I mentioned in my presentation, we develop few hundred soft skills tests. So these soft skill, through this soft skill test, they can easily identify themselves that what really development they already developed between this time. So we are trying to utilize the technology, and I'm sure that if you like it, and I will tell our people to send to the UniMAP some of our best practices.
Okay, thank you, Prof. I think that's a very good initiative, because at the moment, I'm also working with the student department, the student affair department. So that's why I'm really keen on knowing what is the best practice, you know, in order to develop the student. I think the initiative that you have mentioned give us some idea on how we should move forward.
I'll give you one example, and Nursha, and I hope that if you can talk with our director of the student affair.
Okay,
so I give you one of his example, then you will be happy to know. In the pandemic, in the lockdown time, he went to our university. So he already travels bicycle, a virtual tour in the university, and he already make it live telecast with the student. And he told that this is the auditorium, this is your lovely classroom, this is your this is gym. This gym is crying, you are not here. This is our innovation lab.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. So he already visited the whole campus around 2 hours. He was in the live. So there is a lot of, I think almost 20,000 students was in the lively connected with him. And until today, if I'm not wrong, I think more than 500,000 people visited this class through the online. So by this way, what happens? Student feeling, hey, I really miss this area. Yes, while university was open, I was gathering and gossiping with my friend. So these sorts of interaction is also going on from our Department of Student Affairs. So I hope that I'll tell my people that to communicate with you. Thank you.
Okay, sure. Thank you very much, Prof.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Norsha, and also the lengthy but still exciting answer from Prof. Mat Sabur Khan just now. Okay, so are there any more questions from the members of the floor? Or any, if not questions, then maybe to share some insights or experience?
Oh, Sabur.
Yes, please.
How keen are you in offering a certificate or a degree or a credential by online? Is it like a joint venture or dual degree or something, but it's doing it offline and online? So how keen is Daffodil International University?
Can you repeat? I'm not clear about your question. This online degree is from
Aiman,
university.
can you please repeat? Sebab saya dah slow down my let me explain again. Prof, how keen are you on offering a credential, either a diploma or degree, by offline and online between university?
Oh, okay. So, you know, usually I think this is also one good question you raise, because I always love to say that this COVID-19, this is a good time. We should do some exchange program among the partner university. Like some say, suppose ASP, 3 credit we allow. So we already approve in our syndicate. And so 3 to 9 credit very easily we can accept it if they are doing online in other university. Even that we are encouraging our student also with Coursera, edX and Udemy. If anyone is completed, if they send it to us, we will make some assessment. So based on assessment, we will try to give them some credit. So this, because this is the time, you know, this due to cause of the technology, I think the borderless education system is also need to encourage now. So that is why I should say that if we have the arrangement, we already have this system, and I'm sure that your university also took the same system earlier, as I aware. And definitely, I think this is the time we should encourage our partner university also. Yeah.
I do agree that maybe we have to do some further collaboration in giving this credential offline and online.
My suggestion should be all of the best practices. I'm sure that in your university, there is few practices like in respect of faculty, like in respect of technology, like in respect of subject.
Yeah.
Some best practices you should bring, and maybe some best practices you can ask to other partner university. Because
Right.
I'm quite sure that every university, they do not have the lot of best practices. So these best practices, if you can organize in professionally, so what happens? You student will get all of the good thing.
Okay, looking forward for that, bro. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, Ayman.
Okay, so I saw that Dr. Kartini raise her hand.
Assalamualaikum. Very good morning to Prof. Sabur and everyone. Very interesting and exciting presentation, Prof. There's a lot of initiatives that your university have done in order to make sure that there's quality online teaching and learning. One of the things that I'm interested is to find out more about your dropout system, sort of a behavior analytic kind of thing.
This dropout system we developed based on the artificial intelligence.
Right,
you know that whenever you visited Google or Facebook, whenever you search to any site, I think they understand your behavior.
Is this linked with your LMS, or how do you?
Yeah, it links with all of our existing systems. So that is why very easily we can track. I think maybe if you're interested, I think we can give one demonstration to you people.
Yeah.
Because luckily this dropout system development we started before pandemic.
Right.
So, but we were not serious before pandemic because we thought that we need to analyze before the dropout. But when the pandemic hit it, we were just declared like as aware. We need to complete it anyhow. So luckily, alhamdulillah, thanks to our team that they already developed it.
Yeah,
So,
because we are, that's great, because we are having sort of problems, especially for students that, just didn't do anything, just drop out at the end of the semester and failing.
I give you, Professor Katrina, I give you one example. Say, suppose few cases we find that due to this pandemic time, their parents is separated. The father, mother divorce. So due to this divorce, I think the student is already mentally affected. They have the money, they have all of the things, but due to cause of the familial crisis, they thought that our life is not important. So then whenever university authority or our psychiatrist or our teacher is coming forward, counsel them, make them understand, even that you will be surprised, we took one risk to keeping safety and security, almost very close to 400 students staying in our university dormitory. We allow them because due to their familial crisis, they are not feeling confident to stay in their family. So they urged to us, as our dormitory is very big, thus keeping the safety security, if we can stay to the dormitory, we can able to continue our education. So our teacher allowed them. So I hope that you realize that what risk and strategy we already adopted considering the dropout system.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, and hope to get some more information from your side later on this. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, Prof. Next, I think we have a question from Dr. Juliana Angono from the Philippines. Yes.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Nasif. I'm Juliana from Petra Christian University,
One of our
Indonesia.
One of our partner university.
Yes, that's right. It's very interesting to see your presentation. It's very insightful and inspiring. I just want to continue the discussion from Professor Saleh related to credential. What is your policy? Because we cannot avoid students select courses from platform outside our university. What is your policy when you agree to transfer the credit? Do they need to pay the tuition fee related to the credit? What is your policy on that? Or do you have a limit?
Yeah, it's depend after university agreement. I think if we have the agreement that okay, we can exchange, you will offer in your part and we will offer to the your part, so we cannot charge each other. Or if there is it depends after the partnership model. So if your university is not willing to exchange, then definitely there will be some price. Of course, as a partner university, there should not be too much, because our major intention to bring all of the best practices under the universities, this system.
But sometimes it's open as well with Coursera, for example, or other MOOC courses, and they are free. Or even probably if they get the certification, the students are charged. For that condition, what is your policy? For example,
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you, because it depends, because few of the course is completely free.
Yeah.
Few of the course, I think a lot of courses free, but few course I think which need one-to-one interaction, need some counseling, need some mentoring. That should be the consideration of the price and other thing. So I think it will be better if you can send our, maybe I'll tell our international department to communicate with Petra University. So we can sort out that which way should be the best. But again, our intention should not be only the money. Our intention should be the benefited by the both university. Then price does not matter. I think maybe, of course, it should be the free. If you can share with some of your practices and we can share some of the practices, and that's need to be effective. If we practice with you and it is not effective, I'm sure that it will not be continued. So as we already experienced that there is no permanent relationship, there is a permanent, there's interest is always need to ensure.
Yeah. At the moment, we are considering students taking the course not from different university, but the one that provided online, like Coursera, for example. So we are considering the policy of whether giving the students free when they have to pay in Coursera, but when the Coursera is free and then they pay to the university. So that things that we want to learn from Daffodil University. Yeah. Thank you, Professor Sabur.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Prof. Next one, we have a question from UniMAP, Dr. Nurliza.
Hi, Prof.
Thank you.
First of all, thank you for very interesting slide presentation, informative. I just have one question for you. Do you have any problem regarding the integrity of students? Let's say like copying each other answers, sharing answers, such as plagiarism and so on. If you do, and how does your university handle the problem? Thank you.
Very good question. Very good question. Because that we already enable a lot of the technology, the online proctoring, a lot of this technology already involved. But of course, there is a lot of the students, they are habituated about the plagiarism and they are already doing some, as you already mentioned. So, but we are already introducing one course. It's called the Art of Living. So through this Art of Living, our Student Affairs Department, they took initiative to counseling our students. If you copy to the Google or copy to the friend or copy to the other source or unethical behavior, and sometimes we are bringing their parents, we are trying to make them understand that to develop their own values. So that why they are doing this thing for lack of some values. Sometimes in a lot of cases, more than 60% cases, it was found the student do not realize that it is a great fault or it was not wise for them to make the copy. They do not understand. They thought that, okay, sometimes that the student, whenever they make copy and paste, they forget to change their father or mother name of their friend. I hope that you already experienced a lot of cases. So, but what happened? Our teacher from another department, Art of Living, and it is the mandatory course. It's called the three credit course. So, these 3 credit course we are introducing to our student, so that by this way, a lot of cases it is coming to the very few percentage is coming, and our teacher is telling, okay, you can make the copy and paste. It is also smart technology. You know how to make the copy, but try to utilize your merit also with this technology. Then we will accept it, we will salute it. Because without copy, it is that this 2021, it will be very tough. That whenever that. So sometimes we joke that maybe in future our student will not find their own toilet in their house. They may ask Google, hey Google, where is our toilet? So this is such a scenario is going on. So our teacher is always try to motivate them. Okay, you make the copy, but try to utilize your merit also. What you learn from this copy, and then you try to adapt it. So slowly, things are going to be better.
Thank you, Prof. Very nice way to handle it. Thank you. Maybe we try to come up with that course also here.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Nurliza. Prof. Sabur, following the chatting section over there, it is from Prof. Simon from Josiah University. He said that he's also interested in the dropout system. Please share with capacities knowledge that we can utilize. Thank you, he said.
Sure. We'll let you know, because hope our international department will send you one mail and send you one presentation.
Thank you very
Prof.
much.
Simon, Prof.
Yes.
Prof. Simon himself, do you want to say anything, Prof. Simon?
Thank you very much, Professor Sabur Khan. It's a very interesting and intriguing presentation you put forward. I think going online, there are challenges which you have actually taken on very well. And I think many of us who are also undergoing the same situation everywhere should learn from you. And of course, this is a chance for us all to share and see what can be done. So please share your experiences, which other colleagues have already asked you about. I'm actually learning a lot, and I would like to also utilize some of the stuff that you are able to share with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Simon Peter. I'm just sharing another good experience. I hope that everybody get benefited from this experience. From the day one, that is pandemic situation, when already seriously hit our university in the last year, 2020 April, we also organize in every month all of our faculty presentation with the best practices. I hope that maybe you can practice it. It is an unbelievable result you will get it. Because when the faculty is showing their best practices, all other faculty is also feeling confident and getting the guideline from their friend to seeing their best practices. So this is really, we are keeping still continuing. So we also change our KPI system. The monthly KPI also we change. We change that he or she will get the good marking if new technology, that is which we call value addition. If they adopt the value addition, they get the best mark. So we are keeping some extra weightage in this new innovation. I think that maybe every university can follow.
Thank you very much. I was also very interested in what the previous colleague asked about plagiarism. And your addition onto that is very interesting too. Noting that, of course, we need to utilize technology. So let's do it. But if we can, as you say, guide our students in a manner that they also paraphrase or put in their own thoughts or why they chose to do such a copy and paste, that's okay. But they have to say what they learned from it and what they have, they actually want to put an input in. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Simon.
Thank you.
Okay, so is there any more questions? Okay, so okay, Prof. Sabur, I believe that no more questions from the members of the floor. Therefore, I would like to thank you. Thank you very much for your interesting yet very fulfilling slot just now.